Galatians 3:15.
Galatians 3:15. Solomon 4:12. Let us lie in wait for the righteous. Wisdom of Solomon 2:13. He professes to have the knowledge of the Most High.
That's how they look at us. They look at us like these niggas think that they know about God. You think these niggas act like they know about these scriptures. That's how they look at us. When we are in slavery, in the hard, deep, hardcore grit of the slave, they wouldn't even give us this Bible. They took this Bible and kept it from us. They wouldn't let us read it. Now that we're out of the chains of iron, the yokes of iron, we got mental shackles. Shackles on our brain, shackles on our mind that is closing us off from this word. So when the wicked see us, they think of us as foolish. Look at them niggas on the corner. What are they talking about? Look at how they're dressed. But we doing according to this word. We speaking this word and bringing out what is the truth. Right? Read on.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:13. He professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Come on.
He was made to reprove our thoughts.
He was made to reprove our thoughts. He was made to correct our thoughts. The Israelites, the nation of Israel, as the brother read in his previous lesson, that's Zechariah 8:23. How all nations are going to come unto the Jew and grab hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew. Alright? They want to roll with us because they know that we got this knowledge of the Most High. Right? Read it.
He was made to reprove our thoughts,
to correct our minds, to correct the things that we were thinking. Read it.
He is grievous unto us even to behold.
He is grievous even for us to even behold. They look at us and just wag their heads. Like, this nigga don't know what he's talking about. You think anybody down there really even hearing this word from you guys and you're putting it out incorrectly? Let me correct myself, because you got a whole heap of jokers that hear that nonsense, because they're already wound up in that spirit. So praise the Lord, because it just exposes who you really are, who you're really down with. Read it. Which is the wicked.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:15. He is grievous unto us to behold, for his life is not like other men.
His life is not like other men's fashion. Other men's what? Come on, read it.
For his life is not like other men.
His life, our lifestyle, is not like every man's lifestyle. We have a very distinguished way of living. We live according to the manner and the customs and the righteousness that's coming out of this Bible. The laws of the Bible. The righteousness of the Lord. Alright? Read it. Come on. Read it.
He is grievous unto us to behold, for his life is not like other men.
His life's not like other men's. You see us running around here with big beards, garments, speaking these scriptures. That's like foreign. That's like alienated from America. That's alienated from this way of life that we live here, this American fashion of life. It's alienated from this. Come on.
His ways are of another fashion.
Of another fashion. Read it.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits, frauds. Excuse me, read it again.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
So the wicked, when they think of us, they say that according to these Israelites, we're frauds. According to these Israelites, our lifestyle's fake. If you leave it up to how these Israelites preach, which is the truth, your whole life is a lie. Anybody that's following the so-called white man, Esau, their whole life is vanity, worthlessness. Read it.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstained from our ways as from filthiness.
He abstained from the so-called white man's ways, because this is the man that's ruling the earth, the evil, the wicked, that is ruling the earth, that we're abstaining from. We don't want no parts of that. We don't want no parts of your Christmas, your Thanksgiving, your Easter, your baseball, your football, your soccer, all of that madness, all the stuff that distracts us from getting this understanding. anything that's occupying our minds to take us away from this world. We abstaining from that, right? Read on, brother. Esther 13. Come right to my lesson. We just want to get this off. 13. Verse. Read from the top.
Esther 13:1. A copy of the letters was this. The great king Artaxerxes.
And let me get this. Let me prep you a little bit for this. This is in the time of Esther, of the house of Judah, of the tribe of Benjamin. There's a lot of guys out there talking about she was a East Indian, to the best of their knowledge. Understand this. Esther was of the house of Judah, of the nation of Israel. She was an Israelite who married a Persian king, Ahasuerus, right? A Persian king in the Persian captivity. This is what was going on during that time when they wanted to wipe us out and annihilate us as a nation. Alright, understand this, read it.
Esther 13:1. The copy of the letters was this. The great king Artaxerxes writing these things to the princes, the governors that are under him from India unto Ethiopia, and 120 provinces. After that I became lord over many nations.
After that he became lord over many nations. And understand it, as we point out in 1 Timothy 2, how this commandment is supposed to be unto all people that are kings in authority. Listen to what this brother is saying. Come on.
And had dominion over the whole world, not lifted up with presumption.
Not lifted up with presumption
of my authority.
Come on.
But carrying myself away with equity.
Carrying himself away with equity. There's a lot of rulers in the earth today that are not dealing like this properly. Alright? And there's a lot of people that are dealing prideful, like George Bush. Very prideful, very arrogant, very deceitful. Alright? And understand this. This brother right here wanted to try to establish his kingdom and for peaceful amongst all men. Read it.
But carrying myself away with equity and mildness, I propose to settle my subjects continually in a quiet life, and making my kingdom peaceable and open for passage to the utmost coast.
Come on.
To renew peace, which is desired of all men.
Which is desired of all men. Every man want to deal peacefully. Nobody want to see a war. Nobody wants to deal in the conditions of being under siege. I mean, what's going on in Georgia right now? Russia running over there, bombing their city, bombing their capital, because they killed a Russian, it was somebody from Russia that they killed, that the people from Georgia killed. Now they got the Russians all in their side, bombing their city up. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to deal in peace, right?
Esther 13:3. Now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Aman,